All right, guys, it is currently June 22nd at about 7:08 p.m. Mountain Time. And I'm not going to post this right away. That's why I gave you what time it is. But a few weeks ago, I put a video up that said, like, I feel like something earth shattering is going to happen soon. And since I made that video, just about every single day, there's been a different warehouse fire. There's been a different shooting. There was just one in Canada today. It's getting to the point to where I lost track of the shootings. And I know you could say, well, that's every day in America. Yeah, but it's not everyday coverage in America. It's about what the news is covering. That's where you start to see these patterns. It's what they're wanting you to care about, what they're wanting you to think about. Why is this coming up? Well, look, I gotta say, we have less than 2 weeks. The 9/11 for the smart cars. Let me explain what that means. Basically, there's a reason why 9/11 happened when it did, and it was a precursor for smart devices, what they call smart devices, our cell phones and our social media and stuff. In less than 2 weeks, we will have the 9/11 event, which forces us into these smart cars. It forces us into digital IDs, and it's going to force us into the data centers, a bunch of things that we don't want to happen right now that people are resisting. That kind of stuff we're going to be forced into it. And so that catastrophic event, whether it's a fucking terrorist attack, some sort of economic collapse, a natural disaster, them telling us that aliens are fucking coming. If I had to guess, I would say July 3rd, because they like giving bad news on July 3rd or July 5th. And there's almost always some disaster that happens on July 5th. I think there's been a bunch of July 5th shootings. July 3rd was when James Comey came out and announced that Hillary Clinton wasn't going to be indicted. They like to give weird things out. There was last year, the Jeffrey Epstein thing happened sometime around July 4th. I can't remember what day exactly it was. But I'm feeling July 3rd. I'm feeling sometime before July 4th. And these are not predictions. I'm not calling myself a prophet. And this isn't, any sort of psychic fucking bullshit like that lady that's talking about the World Cup. What this is it's a calculation. And if you don't believe me, go look up a song called Pearl Tongue by a band called Pearl Tongue. And I wrote the words for that song and the lead guitar. And in that song, the whole, I wrote it, it came out in 2019 because I felt like I knew something was coming. I calculated, we all can. If you are paying attention to this stuff, you can calculate when it's going to fucking happen. And though I didn't know, I wasn't on the Alex Jones fucking vaccine train and like mass, they were straight predicting fucking COVID. I put out, and that song came out like 6 months, 9 months before the lockdowns happened. And one of the lyrics in the song, like the end of the chorus, is "Welcome to the new age, you're witnessing the last days." Because I truly felt that at that time, and I could tell that something was going to happen. It wasn't just protest rock music. So again, that's Pearl Tongue by Pearl Tongue. And look at the date, listen to the lyrics, and tell me that I didn't know something was happening. And now I'm telling you again, and I'm saying it in short notice. They're hyping up this 250. They're hyping up the energy harvesting, the fucking World Cup, the NBA Finals with all the fighting with the Knicks, the UFC thing with the drone attacks. It's not just regular sporting events. There's violence around each one of them. I don't know if they're going to fucking do like what they do sometimes and hype it up, and then just drop it off like a cliffhanger because they got the energy that they needed, or if they're going to carry out a second 9/11, but they're going to need something to force us into a world that we would not otherwise want to be a part of. Yeah. Go, come on. I hate to say it, guys, but it's coming. And I don't like being like this. And this isn't just so I can put something out there and then, this channel has fucking no viewers. So if I'm wrong, I have, I could just take this video down. Nobody saw it. I'm not doing that because of this. I'm going to leave this video up even if I am wrong, because I'm just telling you, maybe I'm wrong about the time. It's hard to guess the exact day that they're going to pull a PSYOP. But I'm telling you, man, if you start paying attention to this, it's like knowing when it's about to rain. It's like the barometric pressure just gets, through the roof. Like everything, like you can just cut the air around you with a knife. And then all of a sudden you turn on the TV. It's like, I'll turn on the TV and I'll just know that like the news is reporting on something. Like the mainstream channels are reporting on something. Not like, again, yes, you can go to any given day and go to any local news and find all kinds of stuff. But it's like something that the news is pushing big time. Like the day that Carmelo Anthony trial was happening, like I hadn't thought about the Carmelo Anthony case, since that had happened. And then all of a sudden, I just had like this feeling like, oh, the world is just like thinking about something. The world is really focused on something right now. And I turned on the TV and that was happening. And, lo and behold, like everybody is putting out their opinions on that case, and it's energy harvesting. There's a reason why that happened right now while the NBA finals and the World Cup and the UFC thing happened, along with, this 250 that's coming, telling us that aliens are coming, Disclosure Day coming out, like the fucking movie that's going to make Christians question their faith and all this stuff. I've got a few more videos to put out before this one, and I want to put it out. But guys, I just want you to know that do not fall for whatever happens. Stop paying your taxes, stop sending your children to school, and stop showing up to court. We have to fight this. We don't want to cling towards the government and cling towards whatever security it could provide us. We want to fight. We want to stand. We want to resist. I'm ready to die standing. I'm ready to die standing right in this goddamn yard right here, this goddamn house, when a bunch of fucking tyrants come and try to load, my neighbors up on these fucking boxcars over here. But it's going to be long before that. It's going to be long before that they come for the people like me. So when you see them coming for the people like me, just know that tomorrow it's the people like you. Or maybe you could fly really well under the radar and you're the guy that gets to sit in his house and watch all his neighbors get hauled off. And you're the one that gets to live. Do you really want to be that guy? I'd rather die standing. I don't want to die on my knees. Different warehouse fire, different shooting every day. And I can't say anything other than 28 will be great. 29, the end of time. And 27, you'd rather be in heaven. I could come up with these all day, but in 2028, we're going to learn something that is going to be devastating for anybody who is still like me. A lot of people are going to, immediately see how they can adapt. They can just sign up for the digital ID and adapt. But something will be learned in 2028 that is just completely changing, and people who cannot be a part of that aren't going to be around anymore. 2029 is going to be kind of the end of time. There's going to be a comet coming. There's going to be a lot of Freemason and occult symbolism just put all over everything, even worse than it is now. And by 2033, it will be normal to eat people. And I know how crazy and specific all of this sounds, but something is coming, and I don't even want to be around in the next 5 years, because certain things are going to be normal that are not normal now and should never be normal. And by 2033, they have their full phase set in place, and there's already no going back right now, but there is a way to stand up, resist, fight this stuff, say that we don't want it. But yeah, I absolutely, I promise you that in 2028 you'll learn something. You'll find, even if I'm wrong about here in a few weeks, there's going to be some big 9/11 style event that forces us into the smart cars and the smart cities and the 15-minute fucking cities and the digital IDs. Even if some big event doesn't happen in the next 2 weeks, I promise you, I swear on my life that something will be learned in 2028. Stop paying your taxes, stop sending your kids to school, stop showing up for their courts.